Alright, so Unit 2, our homework. Alright, so first of all, we're going to look at what these data set we're going to use. And right here it tells us that we're going to use the Karloff University dataset. So we're going to go to RStudio real quick, and we're going to import it in our environment window. Alright, so don't forget, this is your R script, this is where you type your code, and in the console window, you'll be able to see if it went through. If it's all blue, then you're good. If you see something red, then obviously something went wrong. So let's go ahead and import that dataset from your local file, on-ramps data, Karloff U video set dataset. Make sure that this is in yes, and we'll change the name in a little bit. So import. And you also want to import your key. So my key's right here. Make sure that's in yes. Import. Alright, so here we're able to see the description. So let's go ahead and change that name real quick. Don't forget your hashtags. So hashtag change name. And we're going to change it to Carl, just to make it easier for ourselves. Less than sign, dash, and then the original name of the dataset. So Karloff, that one. And then we're going to go ahead and run it. Make sure that whenever you're doing your labs and whatnot, you get the hashtags as well, since you'll be copying your console window. Alright, so let's go see our first question. It says, how many of the Wendigos who visited the clinic were full-time students? Alright, well, first of all, let's get our full-time students in one data frame. So let's go over here and do a hashtag, get all full-time students in one data frame. So there's that, and let's call it full-time. And then less than sign, dash, and let's get it from the Carl dataset, so Carl. And then we're telling our studio, go to Carl, $, and go to full-time. And then we want the full-time students, so let's go over here, and then tells us yes or no, and we obviously want the yeses. So let's go over here and do equal equal, quotation marks, yes. Make sure you spell it just as it is in the chart, and let's run it. So here it is, and so right here we can see how many observations we have, 62. So we have 62 people that are full-time students. So let's go back to the quiz. It says how many of the Wendigos who visited the clinic were full-time students. So now we have to make another data frame that contains full-time Wendigos. So let's do another hashtag. Full-time Wendigos. So let's call this full win, so we don't get confused. Lesson sign, dash, and we're gonna tell our studio to get it from the full-time data frame. Bracket, then full-time, $, diagnosis. Since in diagnosis it tells us if they're lycanthropy or wendigospy, and we obviously want the wendigospy. So I usually just copy and paste so I don't mess up when I type. So let's go back and then do equals equals again, quotation marks, and just paste it right in there, just like so. Don't forget your comma, and let's run it. So here we are. We have 21 full-time Wendigo students. So right here in question number 1, we can go ahead and write 21. And then question number 2, temperature. How would you describe the shape of the distribution for temp for full-time Wendigos? Alright, well, we're going to have to make a histogram. So let's go ahead and just copy this for a hashtag. So hashtag, and then just paste that real quick. And then so we have to run a histogram. Pops up. And then we're going to go to full when, $, and we want the temperature. So right here, and run. Right here, we can see that it looks pretty normal. So it's nearly normal. And then now it tells us to summarize the variable temperature, full temp. So let's get the mean and standard deviation for temperature. So we can go ahead and do hashtag mean and standard deviation for temp. So let's do mean. First one, and then we're going to do full when $, temp. So we're going to go ahead and run that. Since we're telling our studio, find the mean of temperature in full-time Wendigos. Run. And so right here we can see that it's 96.5581. So what did it ask for? Put 2 decimal places. So it would round up to 96.56. Go ahead and copy that real quick. It's better to always just copy and paste so you don't mess up. Now the standard deviation. So we'll do standard deviation, parentheses, and then we can just copy this. It's the same thing, just less typing. I don't like to type, so there we go, and then we'll just run that. And it gives us 1.33. If it wants to highlight. Alright, so copy and paste. And now question number 4 says pulse. Visualize and summarize the variable pulse. What is the minimum and maximum value of pulse? Alright, well, we just copy this. So since it wants us to visualize it, that means to make a histogram. So let's go here, paste, and so we're just going to do histogram of full when $, pulse. Right here, go. And so right here we can see the histogram for full Wendigo's pulse. It's pretty normal, pretty uniform. And then so to summarize it, we can easily just do the 5-number summary. It will give us the minimum and the maximum. So let's get to it. 5-num full Wendigo $, pulse. Copy it, paste it in here, and then run. So right here we have our minimum, and then this is our maximum. So we just come right over here and write minimum 78, and maximum 119. And so let's see if these were right. Y'all can do the rest on y'all's own. Alright, 4 out of 11. Not bad, right? So I already did the first part. Y'all can go ahead and finish up. Should be good to go. Don't forget about your hashtags, and whenever you do your conclusion, make sure that you include your histograms. For me, it's usually just easier to go to Zoom and then just copy image. That usually works out. Don't forget to just copy all of your console. It has to have the arrows in order the college to accept it. Make sure that it has the hashtags again. And yeah, y'all should be good to go. Alright, good luck, guys.